Say, can you imagine you survive being rocketed fucking 300,000 feet into the air? You have 30 seconds to enjoy the view, and this bitch starts singing. It's like, girl, now's the time to be quiet. Everybody take in the view and just everybody to themselves, you know?
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Don't Let It Stu. I finally got him on the podcast. We're in the same family as her dad. So it's about time. I've been doing this for over a year now. We got Bravo's funniest troublemaker, Christian Grey Snow. That's what you are.
You know what? I'll wear that with pride. Thank you very much. Yeah.
He's got his hot takes, his Housewives tea, and the sass we all need.
Oh, I love it.
I'm going to send you that. That's a good one.
I might have to make that my Instagram bio, to be honest.
How long? So Christian does his podcast with Vicki Gunvalson, and it's been about a year now, right? You guys have been doing it?
I actually think it was a year ago this week that she called me out of the blue. Yeah. It was like, hey, I have something I want to run by you, and it might involve you. So call me when you can.
She started asking you. Sorry.
Yeah.
She started asking you. Amazing.
Yeah. She was talking with her dad, and I think they were throwing a couple ideas around. And there were a few things, Herb's being a solo host, her doing it, I think, with another housewife or something. And she was like, no, she wanted to do something different. And so she started asking her friends, apparently, and a lady that I met at her 60th birthday party in Mexico was like, what about that Christian guy? And Vicki was like, you know what? Yeah.
That's how it happens. That's how this all happens. Yeah. No, the funniest, like your story, like my story with like how this show came about, there was a fan that used to hear me on Jeff's show. You know, when me and Jeff were dating, I'd pop on and out every so often. And it was Pat's wife.
Oh,
and then Pat got me a cameo for his wife, and then I did the cameo, and then he sent me a DM. He's like, hey, would you be interested in doing a podcast? You know, my wife thinks you're quite funny, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, well, I actually have a title for the podcast that my friend came up with a year prior that I just been kind of holding it on the back burner because I wasn't going to do a podcast while I was dating Jeff. You know, I was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, so it kind of happened that way. So here we are.
Look at that. Oh, and shout out to Beth, Pat's wife, because I love me some Beth. Yes.
Thanks, Beth. I need to get her on a list to just like send roses like every quarter or something.
You got to get that standing order started. You know what I mean?
Really do.
Every 6 months.
So I never remember any bloody dates. So you've been friends with Vicki then for years, right? Obviously, you've been good friends or whatever.
Yeah, we met about probably like we met around COVID era because I got invited to do her podcast. She had a podcast, like a finance podcast. Yeah. And it was a lady that worked for her, was helping her find guests, and they were looking for like content creators. And it was a lady that worked at one of her Kodo branches in like Colorado or something, was like, oh, there's this guy that makes memes. That's how we got connected, and then we followed each other, and then she invited me to Vegas for her breakup party when her and what's his face broke up, Steve,
yeah. Oh my God, that's amazing. I know. I always kind of like to know the backstory. That's great. So I'm going to start off the show with get it off your chest. I did Passover yesterday. No, Sunday. It's been crazy. I've had like 3 clients this weekend. I'm all over the place. I was up at 3 o'clock this morning cooking for the last 4 hours. I'm like running on fumes right now, like a ton of makeup on my face. It's fine. So I'm doing Passover for my client on Sunday, right? I love them. I've been with them for a few years now. Like, they're great people. And it's so funny. Like, Jewish, Long Island, you get it. Like, just like,
love it.
Kind of like a Bethany Frankel, but there's like 5 of them in the room,
Oh God.
And,
yeah.
Even though she's not Jewish, like, whatever. But it's that kind of like, nah. And so I'm like, how many people? And she's like, 10, 11. I'm like, okay, fine. She's like, do you want to ask somebody? I'm like, yeah, I'll ask Thomas and his husband, whatever. So they come over as well. So I get there. I make a ton of brisket, ton of salmon, 3 or 4 sides, salad. They brought dessert, all that kind of stuff. I had some cookies as well. Then the daughter brings like 6 people over.
Oh no.
Now listen to me. I'm not Jewish or anything like that, but like I've lived here for 20 years, right? And I've been with that family for like 4 or 5 years now, right? There's one thing that is a fucking nightmare for a Jewish like host is running out of food. Like that's a nightmare. And it's never happened before since I've worked at that house. And they're so fun and they just like take the piss out of me, like, and all that kind of stuff. Like I'm just like funny Irish man. And so she invites over like 6 guys and they literally start putting like a half a pound of brisket on each plate.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like there's like 5-6 slices left for the rest of the 12 people. And I'm like, and she comes in, she's like, Stuart, like, I'm fucking anxious. I'm like, there's not enough food. I'm like, oh my God, there's tons of food. Like, you know how many people are meant to eat? She's like, there's still 9 more people that haven't eaten yet. So then there's this term called, and I lost it. I was like, she's like, okay, like mom, Jason, whatever, like this and the other. Okay, FHB. Do you know what that means?
No.
So she starts saying this. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? She's like, family hold back.
What?
So family hold back. So basically, okay, we're kind of running low on food. So everybody fucking that's in the family, do not eat that much so everybody else can eat.
Stand family back. Hold back.
Okay. FHB. I thought it was the best thing ever. I was like, this is funny. I was like to the daughter, I was like, she's like, what is she, like 14, 15? She's like, if you fucking do that to me again, I said, you need to fucking text me when you're bringing over more people. I can go get more brisket. I can get more salmon. Like, that's no problem. I can't do it.
And it's not 1 or 2 people. You brought a whole group of people. Like,
no, and that like anytime I cook for anybody, like you always have a ton of food, like leftovers, all that stuff. It's my fear because I always feel like as a chef, if I'm like hired to do like a dinner party and stuff, it's if I run out of food or if I have the exact amount of food, it's like I feel kind of like cheap doing it. Like I'm trying to cheap you out. Or do you know what I mean? And like I want people
just what you paid for and nothing else. And you don't want to feel like that. Yeah.
It's like, no, totally. It's like, come on, like whatever. In saying that, I did want to say this. And I was holding back on it for a while because I didn't know how to really work it out. But if anybody wants to hire me to go anywhere in the United States of America to cook a dinner party for you, I am available. You can reach out to me and I do fly to your state. I don't think people think I do that. I actually do that. I've gone to the Hamptons so many times and it's so fun to do it. And so if you want to do that, go to chefstew.com and there's a link called Hire Chef Stu and just fill out the form, or you can email me at stuart@chefstew.com if you're interested or whatever. I just wanted to say that because I haven't told people that or anything like that.
I think that's awesome. And like you should, like, if you do get hired out of state, make sure you like document it for social and stuff. Tell it like show people what you can do.
I love to travel around the States. Like there's a lot of states I haven't been to yet. So do you have anything that you want to get off your chest that's bothering you?
Lord.
Can be anything. Don't let it stew. That's why.
Let me see. What has been annoying me this week? Honestly, really just my apartment complex really be pissing me off a lot this week. You know, I was just telling you before we hopped on, because it's construction all the time. And like they're working on the pool area and I face the pool area. So this nice little balcony that they wanted to act like was a feature and this wonderful thing to have on my apartment, and maybe I should even pay an extra $200 a month, is now a hazard. Like I can't even walk out there because they're doing construction and have been for over a month. And there's no timeline. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yes. Yeah, so I've emailed asking for a timeline. There's not one. They like literally, they start jacking and hammering at like 9 a.m. And I know that some people might be up at 9 a.m., but I sometimes am not, you know? And so like literally the other day, Vicki and I almost had to cancel our podcast recording because up until the moment like we were on the mic, it was so loud. And Pat, our producer, he's always the most optimistic, and he was like, it ain't gonna work. And I was like, okay, if Pat's saying no, then it's definitely a no.
Get a mic like this. You got to get a microphone like this. Do you know why?
Because I have a very nice microphone that Herdat sent me. It was still that bad.
Oh my God. Because
it was horrible.
When I don't put my mouth up to this, like Jocelyn can't hear me when we come on. She's like, speak to the mic. You can't hear anything. It's crazy. That's weird.
It was like
happens.
I was sending cell phone videos. We got on the thing, and it was just like boom, because they're literally like Jack, like da, 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 like literally right outside. Like I can almost feel it shaking my apartment. But and my thing is that I'm annoyed with my apartment is I understand that things that have to happen for sure. There's construction annoyances. How do I not have a timeline? Y'all made it seem like this was something that they were just going to be like for a weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like the seasons have changed and they're still out there. So like I have a problem with that, you know?
So at least you're going to have a nice pool for the summer.
I just want some peace and quiet.
You're like, I just want to know what time you're going to jackhammer at.
I just want to know that I can record with Vicki when she has marked off clients off her calendar from 12 to 1, okay? Because I can't be switching up on her at the last minute, you know?
I forgot to say this. I was at the gym, I was at the pool at my gym on Friday, and there was this hot guy across from me, and I was like, I was texting my friend Ryan. I was just like, oh my god, there's this hot guy here, and I took a photograph of him, which is like super creepy, but I wanted to send it to my friend, and then he looked up, and then he kind of looked at me, and then I looked back. And then he looks back again. And we were doing the face off, right? Yeah. And I kind of and he was kind of getting ready to leave. And I just gotten there. I was like only there like 30 minutes or something. And I kind of signaled my phone, kind of pointing, as in hey, give me your number. You know what I mean? Because we were looking at each other and then he gave a smile. I gave a smile back, whatever.
Yeah.
And then he didn't come over. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then I realized, oh my God. I've seen this guy before. I saw him literally 3 weeks prior when I was pulling into the gym. And I was there was so many cars at the valet. I had to wait there for 5 minutes. And we had another stare down. And it was the same guy again. So it's the second time. Now I'm like, fuck, how do I find him again? Because I can't get his number. And then he was about to leave. So he's walking out with his friend. His friend packs up too. The two of them are walking towards the door to leave, to go inside and then go down the elevator. And he stops and he's kind of hanging out, kind of looking around. I don't know what he's doing. They go to the bar. They're not getting a drink. Then I get up to go to the water fountain to get like spa water or whatever it is. And I'm standing there. Yeah. Literally walks up right next to me. The two of us look at each other again. And we don't say anything to each other.
What?
It's my fault too. I fucked up as well. So anyway, look, the next time I see him at the gym though, I'm just going to go up to him hey, I've seen you a few times. Do you want to get your number? Do you want to go out? He's
we
super
see
hot.
each other. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all clearly,
I'm super confident about going up to him because we've had the stare downs, so it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
But man, I'm fucking what a loser. I should have just asked him. I know why.
No, I get it. Especially in that little moment, when you realize, okay, that's him, and you're standing next to him, and it's that brief 3 seconds of panic and tension, and it's I know that I have the freedom, and probably I should have the confidence to just say hi. We've exchanged enough energy that this should land appropriately, but it still just doesn't come out that way. Yeah.
There's definitely a vibe. I kind of get it, kind of ooh, goosebumpy. I'm okay, I haven't felt that in a while. Yeah, so I'm I gotta go on a date. Well,
that means you can't let it go. Then you gotta find him.
For sure. I've got to find out. At least I know he's at the gym. What did you think? What are your thoughts on the space launch with all those women?
Listen.
It was kind of anticlimactic, right?
I thought it was the most anticlimactic shit I've ever seen in my life. I've had horrible Grindr hookups that had more of a more of a climax, more of action. It was literally I mean, it's of course nobody wanted anything bad to happen, but it's well, at least a little bit of shock or tension somewhere. Couldn't somebody have stumbled, or somebody have a door have got couldn't somebody have said a bad word on camera? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jeff did fall. Yes, Jeff fell. But it was just so fast, and so quick and so early. I don't know. It was just weird.
I think it is incredible though that they controlled that with all computers from the Earth, right?
Not one person on that ship had any responsibility other than strapping in. Yes, that to me is crazy. But we can't do that with general aviation. Pilots are fully in control.
I don't want that. I want a pilot up there.
I want 10 pilots.
There's so many things falling out of the sky. Yeah. So how many minutes were they up there for?
It's an 11-minute journey from I think start to end.
Wait, they go all the way up, they experience what, like 2 minutes and they come down or something?
I think they're literally, the 0 Gs is like less than 4 minutes that they're up there, I'm pretty sure.
And then Katy Perry.
The experience is getting up there and getting down.
Katy Perry starts singing "What a Wonderful World."
That's what I said. I made a meme. I said, "Can you imagine you survive being rocketed fucking 300,000 feet into the air? You have 30 seconds to enjoy the view, and this bitch starts singing. It's like, girl, shut. Like now's the time to be quiet. Everybody take in the view and just everybody to themselves. You know,
like
crazy."
I wanted to ask them, like, hey, was the Earth really round from up there? Can you see like the curve? Like
they couldn't even pay attention. They were too distracted by her fucking singing over there.
I'd be like, seriously, baby, it's a firework. Shut the fuck up. Like,
right. And I also was not surprised, but just like I know that, like, you know, Kris Jenner and Lauren Sanchez are really good friends, and obviously Oprah and Gayle are like the besties of besties.
Yeah.
And like I would have, I guess, been more surprised to not see people there watching, but I'm also like, it's just y'all spent more time getting y'all's bags off the private jet than y'all did watching the entire experience. Like it's weird to me in a way. Like it would be weird for them not to be there, but it's also just strange, you know. Like I don't know. What are you watching? They were watching from far as hell away, you know. So you just were there when they got off the. I don't really know. It just was a very bizarre thing that was made up to be huge. And I mean, I think that it's great that, you know, there are any advancement in technology and stuff. Like, let's celebrate. Of course, I'm cool all with it. But it's just the deal that was made of it for it to be so anticlimactic and for it to be absolutely beneficial to 0 people on Earth other than them. It's just like, look, come on, you know?
Yeah, like what was the point of it? Was it just like 5 women in space? Like it's kind of break a record type thing? Like what was the reason?
They said it was the first. It was just the first all-female crew since like the 60s or 70s or something. But it's also like, but those were probably actual like astronauts though too. And that's my thing. Like I don't want to be a shit talker, but like, and I said this I did a YouTube live for her dad. I was like, to me, a term astronaut is like a doctor or like a therapist. Like there's something like you have to go to school and be accredited to have that. You know what I'm saying? And you don't just throw that out.
That's why they have to control it from here.
Let's call them honorary astronauts. You know, like how they like Sheree Whitfield has her honorary doctorate. Let's call them honorary astronauts. Okay.
My God. So another thing. I'm going to Italy at the end of the month. I'm going to be staying at the White Lotus Hotel, the Four Seasons in Sicily.
Yes.
I know. My friend invited me. I'm going. He's staying there. He's like, do you want to come? I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to go. So I got the flight on miles, which is great. I had a ton of miles on Delta. So I got the miles, so like free. So then I get to Rome, right? So you book a flight from Rome to Sicily. That fucking flight was $600. It's 1 hour. No.
What the hell?
Crazy. And I was like, oh, it's a business flight. So then, okay, do you think I did the right thing? I want to ask you for your opinion on this. I'm flying from LA to Atlanta, Rome, right? And the connecting flight is at 8:15 a.m. from Rome to Sicily. Stay with me. I land in fucking Rome at 7:30 a.m. I'm not going to make that flight, right? So wait, no. Okay, so I did the right thing. I changed it to the 9:40 flight.
Okay.
Because I have customs. Like there's no way, unless I get my Irish passport, I had to renew my Irish passport. So unless I get that, that'll speed up the process a bit, having the European passport to go through. But
but just like one little delay, you get stuck on the runway too long, your gate's not ready, like one little thing like that, and it's like, that's 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So here's the next thing. So I called him. I get this Italian guy on the phone. He's very nice, whatever, but it's a bit kind of lazy. You know, it's Europe and stuff, Italians. And I'm like talking to him. I'm like, hey, he's like, find my reservation. And I'm like, okay, here's my situation. I'm getting in. Do you think I'm going to make the flight? I don't know. I'm like, oh, fuck. And I was like, do you know if it takes a long time, like to get through Rome? Like, do you know the airport? Like, just no information. I'm like, I said, let me ask you this question. If I get in late and I miss that flight, can I get on the next one because I have a nice ticket that's $600? Like, you know, it's like it's a flex or whatever it's fucking called. And I said, what's the repercussions? Like, he's like, you lose the ticket.
Good night.
I'm like, wait, what?
Goodbye. What?
I was like, what? It's like, so wait there, I lose the $600. Like, I lose my return flight as well. He's like, yeah, you lose the whole thing. I'm like, oh, hell no. I said,
That's a
okay.
Scam.
It's fucked up. Like, what kind of service is that? Like, no, this is like...
So I'm paying for the chance to fly with you then, essentially, is what you're saying.
Fuck. Like, I was like, this isn't Ryanair. Like, Ryanair, I can expect, like, if that was like $120 ticket, I'd be like, okay, fair enough. Like, whatever.
Yes. It was
$600. And so I'm like, no, we're not doing that. I said, put me on the 940. I said, he's like, okay, let me find out what the difference is. I'm like, you fucker. And so he comes back. He's like, it's $110 more. I'm like, there's $110.
$110 more, even though I'm doing this on my own assumption because you couldn't provide any information of whether I should even do it or not. Like that is absolutely insane. And
it's
like
a $700
airlines
flight.
got to make their money. But for what? You're paying $700, and if you don't get there for exactly what they offered you, then you're shit up the what's it called? Up the creek without a paddle. I don't know what it means.
Exactly.
But it's like then you're just spending even more money. It's like, no, if that's the case, I would have spent more money in the beginning on another flight that maybe was more convenient or something, you know?
Yeah. But you know what? I looked at Ryanair as well, and like Ryanair is like $450. It's insane for a 1 hour flight. It's like from Vegas to Arizona.
I was just talking to Vicki about this. Like, I was looking at flights to Boston from Charlotte, hour and 10-minute flight. I'm talking $600-700. And I'm like, for what? And that's like basic fucking economy, which is the same as if you have to change it or cancel it, you got to pay. I think basic economy in general is a fucking scam. That shit pisses me off because half the time don't even know that they're booking basic economy, and then they go to change it 2 weeks later, and it's like, oh, that $800 flight is staying exactly the same, or you're gonna have to book a whole new one. What?
Yeah.
In what world is that normal?
Don't do basic, do main cabin so you have a bit of flexibility. Basic, you get fucking nothing.
Literally.
But yeah, like, oh, I'm so glad I changed it now to 940 and I called them because you just lose the whole, like, imagine just losing $600 because your flight gets in a bit late. That's insane.
Anyway. And especially if it's completely out of your control. And again, all it takes is one little damn issue, and then your whole day is ruined. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and the reason why I was like trying to get on that flight is because my friend Ryan is on that flight, so we were going to go together. That was the only reason I was kind of chatting. Yeah. But there's no way. He's just going.
And also too, like, now you can hopefully at least take that long flight to Rome with a little peace of mind. Because also if you're stressed or like you're already delayed, it's like now you're flying over the entire fucking ocean, like panic the entire time, and it's like, no, just do yourself the favor, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm glad. I'm happy about that. I haven't told him yet. He'll probably be pissed. Okay, tonight we have episode 3, reunion 3 of the Housewives Beverly Hills. I keep seeing the clip where they go to take the cast photograph at the very end, and then Garcelle walks out. Garcelle.
She says, she's like, I'm good, thank you.
I'm good. And again, shut the fuck up and just sit there and do the photograph. And I really feel like she was counting on that to be like, I'm gonna be the outsider. Like, I'm gonna be the fucking cool one. They're all gonna be like, come back. Everybody's like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I will say they edited it to be weird because I thought up until this clip came out, you know how they just did the sneak peek or whatever, how they dropped it like the day or two before. I thought up until this came out that like she did leave in the middle of like a conversation or an argument or like, you know, like but they're literally moments away from just calling, all right, that's a wrap. And she leaves.
Exactly.
But they made it seem like, I don't know. And like, look, everyone knows this, and I'll always preface this. Like, I love GB. I worked with her for years on The Real. She's my girl. I will have to watch it all play out, but I'm wondering what was so. I guess in her mind, she said, you know, I finished the show. Y'all called wrap. You got the footage. You want a picture. You fuck the picture. You know, so I respect her in that regard. But she said the show is done filming. You know, I just
she must hate them.
She must absolutely hate them. Yes, but I'm just surprised that. I had assumed that basically she'd left a great chunk of the reunion behind. Like she walked off, but she basically finished the whole thing and then just didn't take the picture. So I'm confused as to why she didn't do that, you know?
What's really funny is at the very beginning, she's like, what do you hope to get out of this, Garcelle? Well, I hope that we can all get a photograph at the very end. And she's the one that walks out.
And that shows you they pissed her off though. She said, hey, y'all, the one thing I wanted, I don't even want anymore.
They fucking are coming for her tonight. I can't wait to see it. Like, and it's like, you know, me and Zach Peter and I, like we're on the same page with this thing. Like, where Sutton and Garcelle were just so like close knit, and they were kind of like nah, talking about all the girls and stuff like that. And now it's kind of the wave is coming towards them, and it's like, okay, buckle up and just take the fucking photograph. Like, here's the thing as well. It's like, we're all going to talk shit about each other. We're all going to get into fights. It's a fucking TV show.
We're all going to hurt each other's feelings.
We're all going to hurt each other's
feelings.
You kind of just have to be the team player and like just take the photograph and just like whatever and just grim and bear it. It just kind of shows.
Look at that paycheck, baby. Just look at that deposit hitting from that reunion. That's what I'd be looking at, you know?
I really think it kind of went against her. Like, I feel like, and like, you know, people like working with her and stuff like that, but it's like, I feel like that it rubbed them the wrong way, and you can kind of see it in Andy's face as well. I don't know. Like, was that the nail in the coffin, do you think? Like, why they were like, okay, you're not coming back. There's no way she decided not to come back. Nobody decides not to come back. Everybody wants $500,000 at least.
Yeah.
Come
True.
on.
I mean, I get that. I don't know. I do think that maybe she thought it could have been a leverage point for her. Like, yeah, I'm telling y'all, I'm not doing this because I also think that she probably did have a good relationship with production, and I think this might have been one of her first times being like, okay, I'm not cool with this. Like, if y'all are flipping the script on me, and you know, but I do think that is, and this isn't just Garcelle. I think that this is a learning curve and learning point for a lot of new housewives, is because these producers, you know, they befriend them, and then like you develop these relationships with them, and then you're out here doing their dirty work, and you know that one little line that they got in your ear in the car ride over, you know, is now a storyline for no reason, and it's but that's your friend, and you feel like they have your back, and then in a couple seasons in, they're going to have to do something eventually a little shady, and not even that they're anti you, but they have to have a story that evolves and takes shocking turns. And I think that one thing we've seen over recent years in newer housewives, or you know, housewives cast later in the game, is we see that moment of pain. I think where they start realizing they don't feel as supported, and they feel like maybe, oh my God, now am I the one that is going to be given the lines to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Like now you're telling other people what to say to me and things like that. Yeah. And I think it makes them feel uncomfortable and insecure. And if you're like Garcelle, you got many other jobs and income, so you can probably, you know, you don't necessarily need it. But I think that it has to be hard. And I've even talked to Vicki about that too. Like, how do you go from loving these producers and trusting them? Because at some point they will always fuck you over. You know? Yeah,
they have to, because they need to get the footage, they need to get the entertainment, they need to get the drama and stuff like that. And it's like, it's not personal, but we kind of need to fuck it up. Like, yes, and I always say it's better not knowing. Like, you don't need to try to control the show. Just go into it not knowing. You're going to get a better show. People are going to like you. It's going to be more authentic, etc., etc., etc.
It's true. Yeah, and like we had a producer from seasons 1 through 3 of Orange County come and reunite with Vicki for the 19-year anniversary. And she was there for Family Van scene. Like, she produced the scene where Vicki comes in surprising Michael at college. And, you know, she talked about it. She's like, you know, like, because yes, she was Vicki's producer, but she essentially was producing the whole family. Like, you know, it was Michael that was talking to her and was like, come to Colorado. Like, me and my friends, like, have so much fun and da-da-da. And she was like, okay, you want us to come to Colorado? We'll come to Colorado. And so she's like, I sent camera crews out to film him and his friends early. Like, he had no idea. But that was Amy. Like, that was the woman that was in his house at 6 a.m. when his family was waking up. Like, I mean, they developed a relationship, and, you know, by this point, Vicki and Amy had a closeness. But Michael was so upset when he realized that this was a kind of a setup and a produced moment, you know, that they were bringing Vicki in to surprise him at college.
It's amazing.
But he was really upset. And Amy said she literally just looked at him and she goes, it's the Housewives of Orange County. Did you really think I wasn't going to bring your mom? And he goes, yeah, you're right. And then they were cool. And it's like, you know, like, it's crazy. Like, that's someone that he had a personal relationship with, and he feels hurt by them. But then she's like, it wasn't to hurt you, and we just made an iconic moment. Trust me, you know? And so it's just a very interesting dynamic that you have to adapt and be okay with, you know?
No, you're right. Do you think Vanderpump will be back next season?
Well, if so, then this is Garcelle's final episode and mine too.
Oh shit! I don't care for her. Or
I think that she's one of the most overrated housewives of all time.
I do.
Yes.
I agree with you too. And I think she's a fucking snake. I think she's a snake.
And I think everything she gets praised for, she's never once taken credit for and has no pride in because it's too nasty to own. And I think that
I think Kyle got her that time. Like
100%.
Kyle found her out. 100%.
She 100%. I think when she said "swear on my kids," that was she. I think she was lying. Sorry, yeah. I do, and I think that I do. I don't know, and I've always felt a weird. I don't know, and
she's good at pulling the strings.
Yeah, and my friends are like, "What is it about her? Like, you have this weird hate towards her." I'm like, I don't hate her. I just don't want her to infiltrate a program that I'm now enjoying. You know what I'm saying? And there's a weird energy. There's just even the people on her own show is in recent years now that I feel like they don't necessarily need her as much. Like they say, I think even Sheena just recently said, she's like, Lisa doesn't call me unless she needs something. You know? And it's like Lisa's not, I'm sorry, Patrick McDonald, the producer who recently came out about the OnlyFans, who's the one fucking person from Bravo that called him, Lisa, to tell him to stop basically sharing his story. That's disgusting.
I know.
You know what I mean? And it's we also have seen her tendency to align with the nasty men in her show over the women that are being treated
James
like
Kennedy.
Absolute shit. So for me, it all started, I think, too, with the Housewives of Beverly Hills special all those years ago, where Camille revealed that Lisa had put her up to asking Taylor about the abuse, and then Lisa backed down and didn't say anything on camera. That's when I was like, oh my God.
And she doesn't take responsibility either. Never.
She doesn't. And it's okay. I'm not going to say it's okay to have your friend out here and you produce a little moment. But at what point do we realize the topic in which we are dabbling with? For the love of God, and she just had no care. And to me, I'm like, okay, that's someone with no empathy for other humans, in my opinion.
I hope she doesn't listen to this because I'm going to her event at 1:00 today in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, you might want to cut this part out for sure.
Zach Peter is bringing me to. I think it's like a launch party event luncheon for the Italian Villa show. I think they're showing the first episode.
Vanderpump Villa or something like that, right?
Vanderpump Villa. Yeah.
But also too, I felt like a lot of the tie-ins of people wanting her to come back in recent years was because her and Garcelle do have a friendship. But now with Garcelle leaving, I mean, I'm not saying, obviously, I don't think Garcelle needs to be there for LVP to have a place on Beverly Hills because, she's an OG. But I do think that would have maybe been a little bit of a tie-in to bring her back, them kind of hanging out, you know what I mean, their relationship. So if they did bring her back, I don't know who's going to escort her in. It ain't going to be Dorit. It ain't going to be Kyle,
I kind of think she's been done on that show. What's she gonna she's not gonna come on and start partying.
She's not gonna engage either. She's gonna expect everybody to bow down and apologize. It's gonna be the exact same thing as it was when she left.
It's I don't know. I just don't think it'll work. I just don't think it's the right time at all.
I agree.
To wrap this up, Fyre Festival 2 updates. It's still not happening. Well, we don't know. He says it's going to happen. DJ and producer Anna Lunoe, she's a DJ, revealed why she turned down an offer to perform at Fyre Festival 2. She said the original Fyre Festival was a scam and she didn't want to be associated with it, calling it a joke. Lunoe also pointed out that despite getting a real offer to play the sequel, she couldn't take it seriously given the disaster of the first event. No one wants to be part of this. This is not happening. It's not happening.
Don't care how good the money is, Yeah.
He's going to jail again. This is not happening. The Mexican government are we've never heard from him. We don't know what's happening, or it's denied, or whatever it is.
Yeah, but when is it even supposed to be? What is the alleged dates?
The end of May.
Oh my God. Okay, please.
And no refunds, no exchanges, no nothing. He specifically has that on all the tickets when you buy them. And what he'll say
is... Can they even say it's a scam then if he tells you that in advance?
Wait, I think he's basically telling you like, I'm going to fuck you over like again, but hey, I'll take
he's
your
basically
money.
saying this could basically be you gifting me some money, boo. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I know. Okay, final question for you. And God, I don't know if I could talk about this. I'll think about it. But
oh Lord.
Okay, fun. Okay, it's a dinner party etiquette. Okay, and this is a real story. It happened. Okay.
Okay.
It may have happened this weekend. Let's say from a
God,
friend.
okay.
So a friend brings a dessert over to the host's house. Hey, they were asked to bring dessert, right? They brought. I'm not going to say what the dessert is because I can't give it away. It's a dessert. It doesn't matter. We'll say ice cream, right?
Okay.
And the event is over. Everything's cleaned up, and the person's leaving. And we'll say there's like some of that dessert kind of taken away, and the person says, "Hey, are you going to eat the rest of that? Because if not, I'm going to take it home." You fucking leave the dessert, right? You do not do that.
I mean, I would probably, I wouldn't take it home.
Like if it was like it's like okay, so it's like someone like put it this way, it's like someone bringing over a bottle of $2 Chuck, right? And let's say there's one, and you bring it over. And just say somebody drinks, or say somebody drinks the glass of wine out of it, and everybody's like, okay, this is shit, but like whatever. And you ask to take the bottle of wine home. You just don't
absolutely not.
So this happens.
Absolutely not.
And it's just
I'm not taking it for any reason other than I'm lazy, and that's one less dish that my ass has to wash. I'm leaving it at your house. You know what I mean?
I can understand someone bringing like, a few dozen cookies or something. Hey, I'm going to grab one for the road. Like that's it. You know what I mean? But
totally. And like, I know like a lot of my family gatherings, like, because they're like, I'm an only child, but like my mom has so many siblings, my dad has so many siblings that people do bring so much that like, like if we say we host at my parents' house, my mom is like, no, please, for the love of God, take stuff because like I actually can't, but if it's like a few people bringing over something or also too, a lot of times whoever's hosting, they'll say, hey, go ahead, please take this back. Like we don't even have enough room for it. Like if you made it, like if your kids want it, something like that. Maybe if there's an offer at first, but to go up and be like, it's like, girl, why don't you just scoop you off a little bit, some extra and leave it at home? You know what I mean? Like,
yes. Oh my God. It's amazing. All right. Oh God. All right. Well, that wraps it up. Christian, tell everybody where they can listen to you, find you, etc., etc.
Yes, you can find me at Christian Gray Snow on Instagram. I am C Gray Snow over on Twitter, and you can hear me and the one and only OG of the OC every Tuesday. We have podcast episodes. That episode just came out today. My Friend, My Soulmate, My Podcast is our show name, and it's just as chaotic as anything you would expect something involving the OG to be. So come hang out with us.
Thanks so much for listening, everybody. And if people have been DMing me. So my spices are not on, well, they are on chefstuart.com, but the original is on Spice Tribe. Go to spicetribe.com. I joined up with that company. They run all my spices right now. So that's where you can find it if you are looking for the original. Yeah. I say it, but people kind of forget. So there you go. Thank you so much for listening.
Spices, people.
And I'm going to see you guys back here on, I believe, Thursday or Friday with George Takanakis. I think that's his last name. Yeah, bye.